It's me again. Um, the last video I posted, I did indicate that I'm very into writing. It's something I'm getting good at. It's something I want to do as a career someday. And at the request of one of my subscribers, he suggested that I actually read something I've written. I've noticed that the poems I write are never truly universal, but truly directed at somebody, indirectly or directly, whether they're suffering or you just want to make them happy. You want to express your love to them, things like that. I wrote this poem because I have seen people lose their lives. It's horrible to watch someone who you care about. It's horrible to watch their life end. So if you can understand where I'm coming from with this, I'd appreciate it. This poem is called Fallen. When one of us falls, it hurts everyone else. It hurts us emotionally and even hurts our health. We can only live each day as if it were our last. Live in the moment, not in the past. Life is a gift, not a given right. Each challenge is a day, some days have a price. It is very sad when we watch someone's life end. The only thing we wish is that there was another day to spend. Life is very precious. This is so true. There's so much to live for. There's so much to do. There is another life in the sky after death. We are going to be there to meet the ones who have left. When one of us falls, as we hear their last breath, always remember there is life after death. This is dedicated to my friends, my family, and my loved ones who have moved on to eternal life. I learned many years ago that we are all born terminally ill. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. But the one thing I have learned is you gotta live each moment as if it was your last. I tell everybody who I really care about I love them every day, every time I speak to them, because I never know if it is going to be the last time. And you have to take that into account. I had friends who I truly cared about who I wish I could have said certain things to, and I never had the chance. It hurts, thinking about these people. I've lost friends to many different ways, and it never gets any easier. I lost two friends in high school back to back, and it really did hurt me. It was my junior year of high school, and my junior year of high school was my worst year. My senior year was good, but my life really didn't get better until after high school, until I was about 22 when I got my first job, and I'm still employed there. It's nice knowing you have people that do care about you. It's nice knowing, also that there are challenges in life, that there are things that are going to be roadblocks, and you need to learn how to get through them, get over them, get around them. It's not always easy. I think back to times when I felt like giving up, but somehow or another, someone or something will come along and inspire me to push just to get further in life. I've seen my fair share of torment. I have not had the best life in the world, but I haven't had the easiest, or I should say I haven't had the easiest, but I haven't had the hardest either. It's kind of hard when you're diagnosed as being mentally ill and you're looked at as a freak and an outcast. I'm actually doing things people said I would never do. I'm so happy right now with the way my life is. as of Sunday, I became engaged to my fiance, and I love her so much. And I can honestly say she's the one I want to be with for the rest of my life. So I want to say a message to a few different types of people. To those who never believed in me, those who basically said I wasn't going to do anything with my life, I want to say God bless you for saying that, just so it would give me a reason to fight, a reason to continue to push in life and prove you wrong. To those who have helped me and pushed me to do better, I say God bless you for standing by me, for being there when I need you, and for just showing me that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that storms do end. And to those who have been in my situation or who have been in worse, I say God bless you, and never give up. Your time will come and you will shine. You will realize what you have potential to do. You can learn something from anyone. Not just me, not your teachers, not your friends, but just people you know in general. Anyone, no matter how different or how bad their life may seem, they can teach you something. To the people who just never seem to get off my back, the people who always seem to torment me, I don't blame you, because I look back at all the people that did torment me. They had a lot of issues themselves. So I don't blame you for wanting to direct your anger outward at someone. I'm not happy it was me, but I just hope, to all those people who did make me mad, to all those people who did what they did to me, I pray, for you, and I hope you are doing better. Due to people's privacy, I will not mention names, but there have been plenty of people who have just ripped me apart, but somehow I got put back together. I'm still standing, I'm still strong, and I've proven that there is so much to life that hasn't been seen yet. I'm only 29, so hopefully I got a lot more years left in me. I just hope that somewhere down the line I could be an influence to somebody that is going to push them to do better. I was a computer instructor at work. I did one-on-one teaching. Some of the people I taught were quote-unquote lower functioning than me. And one thing I did teach them, if they didn't learn anything from me about how to use a computer or about how to spell or write or do math or anything like that, if they couldn't learn any of that, the one thing I asked them to learn is to believe in themselves, and that you can prove the world wrong. The world may say one thing about you, but you could turn around and say that's not true, and then you can prove them wrong. I've done it before. I've seen other people do it. I know it can be done. Just looking back at my life, seeing what's happened that has been bad, and using it as a springboard to get through what's bad in my way now. I can't thank God enough for what I have and what I've been given, including the challenges that come at me every single day. All they do is make me stronger. I still have things I gotta work on, but there's a lot of people out there who have it worse off than me, and I just hope, you find a path in life. I do my best to make a difference in whatever I do, whether it be at work, on my Special Olympics team, with friends, with family, even people who make me miserable. I hope you realize that it's most likely out of your own insecurities that you do this to people. You want to tease them, you want to bully them, you want to torment them. Some tells me it's either you're insecure or you're just hiding something deep inside your soul you can't seem to get out any other way. There's really nothing I can just say that's going to make someone want to change. I'll have to speak one-on-one to them. I'm trying to speak to the world right now. Just let them know you don't have to take your anger out on people who are less fortunate than you or who are more vulnerable than you because you're angry or you're upset. I've had my share of damage done to me. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I never made fun of somebody in my life, because I have. But I know more about what it's like to be completely ripped apart emotionally than other people would. And other people may expect I don't know about it, but I do. I mean, when I left high school, I was 250 pounds, had acne everywhere, and I was just very, very unhappy with myself. After high school, when I dropped all that weight, I'm not 250 anymore. I don't look it, but I'm actually 214 pounds. And when I dropped all that weight, I ran into some people who used to make me miserable in school. And things had changed. Now they're the ones that are fat, ugly, or quote-unquote unattractive, whatever. It just comes down to the fact that I wanted to insult them so bad. I wanted to lay something into them for doing what they did to me. But I thankfully could not bring myself to do it. And I'm glad I didn't. I don't want to be corrupt like those people were. There are many people out there who want to try and be friends with me, but trust is something you have to earn. And that's true with me or with anybody. Trust is something you have to earn. And if you break any chance of getting that at one point in my life, then it's going to be very near impossible to get trust from me somewhere down the road. I can forgive, but for some reason I have a hard time forgetting. There are chapters in my life that I wish I can close. It's like when you write a book, every chapter has to have an ending so you can move on to the next one. And there are so many that I wish I could finish. And I can't. I can't turn back the clock. I can't change anything I did. The only thing I could do is really live in the moment and hopefully make something better from the future. I love my life right now. I'm doing my best to keep it that way. I don't want anything to change, except maybe a few things. I want to advance in life. I want to become married to my fiance someday. I know it's going to happen, I just don't know when, but I want it to happen. And she does as well. I used to think, after everything I was going through, after everything, not only that has happened to me, but that I've caused, I used to think I was a mistake. And I used to feel my parents didn't deserve to have to deal with someone like me. I know they would never give up on me, they never did. And Mom, Dad, and to my little sister, I love you all. I'm sorry, I was quite out of control growing up. But I can't thank you enough now for everything you've done, for never giving up on me, for never stop believing in me. I look at everything I have in life and what I had to do to get it. What I had to suffer, what I had to endure, but I can never ever forget the people who either made it hard for me to get there, who challenged me and pushed me and knocked me down. And I can never ever forget the ones that pushed me to go forward, picked me up, and never gave up. I really have little tolerance for people who are going to trash on other people for no reason. I've seen what it's like to be bullied, and I've been bullied. These videos that I have been posting are a direct reaction to a young woman named Kaylin who posted a video who I have bookmarked on my internet browser because she was just so amazing. Life is not easy. Never is and never will be. And the one thing I'm going to say is that, things may be bad at one point, but if you believe hard enough, you believe in God, you believe that you can make it, you will. But like I said before, at one point I did think I was a mistake. I did think, I was the worst person in the world, that my parents got a bad deal when they adopted me, not because when I was adopted I was 3 weeks old. No one knew I was going to turn out the way I did. I remember as a child, my mother, whenever I was always angry or hyperactive or going through some issues, I remember when I was very young, I don't know how I remember this, but I remember when I was very young, my mom asked what was wrong. And I can honestly say I didn't know. It's hard to find people who will take the time to research the problems I have and who can accept them. On another topic, the media is always bashing the mentally ill somehow or another. It's movies, music, TV, news, books, magazines. There's always someone looking at the negative side of mental illness. No one looks at the positive side. No one ever bothers to look and see what has been done by the mentally ill community that's been positive. It very rarely happens. Rarely. I could honestly say the number of times I've actually, seen a news report or seen a movie, the amount of them that have actually made an impact on people and helped change the world, the amount of those times I could count them on one hand or less. I can't change the past, but the choices I make now are what's going to shape my future. With all the love I've been given, I realize, I'm not a mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. I was put on this earth like I am for a reason. I used to think I was cursed. I used to think, why me? Why was I even put on this earth if I am the way I am? God doesn't make mistakes. I found love in my life from my parents, from my sister, other family members, my friends, my fiance's family. I found love there. It's not exactly a bed of roses for anyone in life. You're gonna encounter something that's gonna knock you down. The choice you're going to be faced with is, do you get back up and keep moving, or you just stay down? I chose to get up. I know so many people who have chosen to get up. I have friends who have been knocked down by life so many times, yet somehow they get back up and they never let life knock them out. Never. Poetry I write, the book that I'm working on. I don't know where in the world some of the things I come up with come from. I have my best friend, he hears me about my writing, he hears what I write, he hears the notes that I write for my book, and he has asked me so many times, where do you come up with this? This is amazing. I can honestly say, I don't know. I really don't know. It's just a gift, I've been given. Life will throw challenges at you. Life is going to knock you down. You have to make a choice if you're going to stay down or if you're going to get up. On another topic I'd like to speak on, not many people know my background as far as my adoption, but I was adopted when I was 3 weeks old. And I know my biological father did abuse my mother. I can't at this point forgive my father. I never met him or my mother. I cannot even begin to say what I feel about him and what he did. The only thing I can say is that it will take a long time. If I ever meet them, it will take a very long time before I can forgive him. And if I ever do meet my mother, I want her to know, I'm alive. I may have been through life and seen hell and gone through all these problems I've been through, but in the end, I'm still the one that kept on moving. I'm still the one still standing, and I'm still the one that can honestly say I'm still strong. I have so many people backing me up right now. It makes life a little easier. When you have parents who have done everything they can in their power to make you what you are, which my parents did. If you have a little sister that was constantly beat up by you and still loves you anyway, things are good. If you have people you work with, people you associate with, who do nothing but look out for your best interest, life does get easier. I'm not saying challenges won't exist, because they do. But if you have a strong support system, it just makes it easier. And God is a huge one. I can't thank him enough. I became a Christian when I was 18. I'm very, very sad to say I have not been able to go to church in months. It's probably been almost a year. But to the brethren, the pastor that baptized me, these people who became another family to me, I say thank you. The pastor that baptized me has known me for 11 years. And he's never given up on me. He knows everything there is to know about me. He's like another father, and he knows what I go through. He's always there with advice. He's always there with some kind of word that God gave him to give me. I do remember some scripture. I remember one. It's Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. It states, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. He's given me plenty of strength, and I've been able to use it. And to the brethren who are out there who see this message, I wish you guys only the best. because I know that is the only thing you've ever wished for me. Strong belief, strong faith is what can get you through the hardest challenges. Like I said before, God doesn't make mistakes, and I was blessed with what I have for a reason. Maybe this mental disability, well, not maybe, but this mental disability I have somehow serves a purpose to help others, help myself, to be an example. Always gonna remember Philippians 4 verse 13, because there's plenty of people, including myself, living proof that if you do believe, then there's so many places you can go in life. I try and not look so much at the past because honestly, I don't want to let it dictate my future. I don't. I want to be productive. I want to live the life that I am trying to believe I deserve. My goal in life is not to be rich, is not to be famous. I do want to be a well-known author, but honestly, if I can make a significant amount of money, then a lot of people are going to be helped, not myself. I don't think I'd ever want to win the lottery because I'm afraid I'd get lazy. I'd give everything or 90% of it away because I want an excuse to keep working. I want an excuse to, and not so much an excuse, but a reason to get up every single morning, get dressed, get in the vehicle, go do whatever I have to do to make a paycheck so I can pay my own bills. I don't want my bills paid for all the time. My mom does help quite a bit, but there's gonna come a time she's not gonna be able to anymore. Like I said so many times during this message, I love my life. I love my life, what's been happening in my life, and the people I have in my life. I've learned so much from anybody. Even my enemies have taught me something or other. Not by them speaking to me, but just by the way they act. Just things were taught to me. I want to say a special thank you to all those who have shown me there's a better way to live. I want to thank those who have truly pushed for me to be happy. Among those people are my parents, my younger sister, my fiance, my future in-laws, my friends on the team, many of my coworkers, my best friend who's in a wheelchair. He's my brother, and I do love you, man. You push me through so much. My fiance, I love her so much because no matter what happened, she's always stood by me. Sometimes I do get a little nutty and funny, and she says, "Oh, you're crazy, but I love you anyway." Well, that's good to know. To those of you who are going through a rough time, who view this message, one thing I learned many years ago: storms end. They do. I'm living proof of it. Storms do end. There's no storm's ever going to rage forever. Eventually it'll die out. And you're going to see the sunlight. In closing, I want to say, life is a journey. It's not a destination. So to all those who are fighting to stay alive, to fight, who are fighting just to make a difference in their life, are fighting to prove themselves, know this: Never give up. Because if you give up, if you have no ambition, no dreams, then there's really no point to push on. You need an excuse to push on. Keep your head up. God bless.